Hi video game folks, this is another GameWorld Show. Now this is Lord of the Rings, War in the North, an action-packed RPG game from 2011. Uh, Someone can think from you that another kind of action-packed Lord of the Rings game like was in the uh, 2009 The Conquest, 2010. No, this is not like Conquest. Here not feel like a Lord of the Rings Battlefront, like Battlefield or multiplayer game in single player mode. It is kind of a cooperative game more, but we can play in single player only with one character too, because the companions, the friends, AI is quite good, I think. They use dodges, they jump around from the missiles of the enemy and hit the enemy really much. The mage character, elven lady, uses a bubble shield, almost kind of like a bubble shield, magical burial, a magical shield, which defend us from the ordinary missiles, the magical missiles, arrows, etc. And the dwarf is half as much with his weapons also, so they have a really good AI. So we are at the near the mechanical machines, the war machines. We must destroy them because they threaten the north part of our world, our Middle Earth, and goblins, orcs, and everything else, and higher ranks of these creatures await us. There are crates and chests where we can pick up many coins. What we can use for repairing, for sell, for buying, and also we can sell items too. With there is the inventory panel. It's a little bit same as the other action RPG games. There is the inventory part where we can choose which shield, which weapon, which armor we want to use. Here we can't use these because we have not in the same class, or we haven't reached the required level. And these are the skill tree and the skills abilities. There is 3 branches. There is a kind of a ranger branch, is a thief rogue branch. There is a kind of a warrior or a ranger, but just in the close combat systems. Then there is the hard arrow shooter kind of way, or not just arrow. We can use not just archery, but we can use also another kind of thing. So, and there is also the novel part where we can read our main objectives, quests, and there are some tutorial messages too here. Here are the statistics of our characters: the health bar, the action point per mana bar, the XP bar, and there are also the main data about the character. There are strength, dexterity, constitution, will, close combat or melee damage, and there is also the ranged damage, and the armor. And when we going up by level, we can pick 3 points to these attributes. And there's also 1 or 2 skill points too that we can choose then. There are just miscellaneous and gems that we can sell. Maybe found these on our adventure, but there are many times in crates, in chests, or near the enemies, arrows that we can pick up and use for the archery skills. And also there are the potions. These are the action points per mana potions, but here now it is said power potion for it, and there's the general health potion. We can use with by numbers too, this potion. So there is a map too, which I can't show you now because sadly it's only for the main events. When we choose to go further in Middle of Lands in the main quest, it's quite good, but sadly it's only for that matter. There is no mini map, bigger map. It's really a console game, console action pack game, but quite good port for a PC, I think. The fights can be really long sometimes. Oh, a goblin mage too. Yet there was no mage, but now we can use big hits with melee attacks, or slow hits but faster. As you can see now, our companion have an aid for us. No more ammunition, sadly. The animation not as good as always, you can see. Sometimes it's buggy or too slow. Sadly, the arrows are gone. With the constant pushing of E, we can put it down, throw down these machines. Oh, here are the great eagle. Great eagles and Nazguls are appearing in this game. First we must defeat this awful magician. And this game it's a more bloody, more gory one, because it's the first almost R-rated kind of Lord of the Rings game. These are armored goblins. We have critical hits too, sometimes, so sometimes there is slow motion effects too. It's more coolness, as you know. Oops. Well, we found another. Oh, great sword. We'll use this. This Alban sword, if I can say so. This is an Alban one. Oh, and these packs of the remnants of a war, of a fight. We can pick up some arrows, coins, everything else. The remain things from our fights. And this white point shows us the continued way. We must go. So it's a really scripted game, but it has got a really good mood for the LOTR movies, Lord of the Rings movies, and Lord of the Rings books too. And because this has the support from the Tolkien Enterprises, many book elements can come, which weren't in the movies. But many movie elements and book can come to you because you can feel it, because the sounds, the music sounds nice, and the environments, buildings, enemies kinda look like as it was in the movies, because New Line Entertainment supported this game too. So with E we can see the main point where we must go. Firstly, we should fight first the archers or the mages, because they can shoot from range. Oh, sadly I don't hit the mage first. Balaram is an eagle. We can spell him almost. We can call to arm him. Because we freed him in the past, one of the first quests. We must free him. We must collect feathers, for we can call them later again. This eagle. Oh, there's a new armor. Here are the feathers. We must collect for the calling, for the summoning almost. The graphics are not as good as the best Battlefield 3 or the second, third part of the Crisis series. So, but for the franchise, it's quite good. For the style, for this time, for this TPS action RPG pack, it's quite good. For the effects, for the fights, 5 stars, enemies, everything else. Yeah. So here are now the conclusion of this level. I find everything, the difficulty is normal, although, and what we achieved with our fights, specific critical damages, everything else. We can choose it in the characters these times, when the conclusion happen. We can change our characters, so we can in this next level we can go for with the mage or everything else. So there are cutscenes too, but sadly I can't show you much. Another beautiful part. Many times we can go little villages or bigger towns like Bree, firstly, and there we can sell, we can repair and everything else. But now I can't show you now these things, but you can see it in the Hungarian review of this game. So that was, I wanted to talk about this game. Quite like it. So I gave it an 82, 83 percentage. I don't remember I gave what percentage in the Hungarian version, but I gave the same, so an 83, I think an 83 percentage I gave. It's a quite good game, not a real polished one, not sometimes buggy and sometimes laggy, and not as quite beautiful as the other games, but in this type of genre, type of game, it's quite good. The mood is really good, the sounds and the musics are far better than any kind of these games, of these action TPS spec games, I think. Of course it's not on par with Skyrim, for example, but it's really good sounds and music too. And there is also the inventory system is good. There are many RPG elements, skills, abilities, levels. You can pick points, so skills, and you can change between the characters. The characters are AI really good. The enemies AI not as good, but they are really much well prepared, armored, and there are many classes of them. Sometimes we fight with undeads too, so we see many kinds of enemies, Rukais, everything else. The story is mainly about that Agandaur, a new captain almost, or general of Sauron, got a quest from the Witch King, Sauron's main general. I can't think so. Main general, yeah, he's main general of Sauron. He command Agandao that he must lead a big attack and ambush, and he must make a great war on the north part of Middle-earth, so foremost we Rivendell, Lothlorien, the Great Green Forest, the part where the Hobbit movies and books played, and and we must quit his plans. We must defend him. We must attack their forces to stop him. We can stop him, and this is the story about in the small and short text. and there are many places that we will encounter and where we can adventure, but sometimes we go further south. So for Rohan environments and everything else too. So it's not only for the north, but my story is about the Middle Earth part in the northern segments. So this is about the game. I hope you like it. I like better than the most of the critics, and I saw that the general players, liked better than the critics. But sadly, for the Fable 3 game, I can't and I couldn't said that because it's much more worse product because it's more a console version. This game is a console port too, but they focused much more time or they can adapt to for PC, and the controls is better too. So I think so. This is what I wanted to talk about. See you in the next GameWorld Show video. Bye.